Imagine playing a match where the scoreboard only counts shots, not goals. Weird, right? For decades, countries used GDP as their main scoreboard, where a big number could easily be equated to the country doing well. But what if the air got dirtier, kids slept worse, and rivers ran dry while that number grew? Around the world, a new idea is being propped up. Some call it Wellbeing Economics, and others know it as the donut. Different labels, but the same aim: measure what matters and stay within the planet's limits. The donut was popularized by economist Kate Raworth. Picture a safe space between two rings. Inside, make sure everyone has life's basics: health, education, housing. And outside, don't break Earth's planetary boundaries like climate, biodiversity, or clean water. The goal? A society that's both just and sustainable. This isn't only theory. Amsterdam made headlines as the first city to officially weave the donut into its circular economy plan, using it to guide housing, construction, and procurement choices. Since then, more than 50 local governments worldwide have experimented with donut style tools. Beyond cities, national leaders formed the Wellbeing Economy Governments partnership, including Scotland, New Zealand, Iceland, Wales, Finland, with Canada participating, to swap well-being policy playbooks. Wales even has a future generations framework, pushing agencies to consider kids not even born yet when they plan. Classic politics often picks one North Star: growth, freedom, equality, and argues from there. But donut politics says use a compass with two needles, where needle 1 represents everybody meeting their essentials: food, housing, healthcare, education, and voice, where the second needle talks about staying within Earth's limits: climate, clean water, and healthy ecosystems, where every policy is put through the test. Does it lift people over the inner ring without punching through the outer ring? Think of it as moving from grow first and fix later to design for thriving now within limits. Here's what this ideology looks like when it leaves the whiteboard. Budgets and metrics. Countries and cities track well being indicators along GDP: sleep, mental health, access to green space, and clean air. Reports guide agencies to act for both people and planet, not just output. Second, city planning. Amsterdam used donut thinking in its circular economy plan, encouraging repairing and reusing materials, renovate instead of demolish, and design buildings to be disassembled and recycled. Third, procurement and rules. Councils will be tweaking contracts, meaning lower carbon footprints, fair labor standards, and local regeneration, so tax money buys outcomes, not only cheap price tags. Fourth, community portraits. A city portrait maps where the community is falling short socially and where it's overshooting ecologically. Then prioritize actions that move both needles the right way. Supporters say it solves two 21st century problems at once. It makes governments accountable for real well being and prevents the silent erosion of the environment. They like that it's practical in terms of city plans, procurement checklists, and not just slogans. However, skeptics still worry about measurement overload. How do you compare clean rivers to affordable rents? They fear greenwashing in terms of nice dashboards but little actual change, or that limits might be used to block development of communities that truly need it. Fair questions, and the answers vary from place to place. If this idea of donuts keeps growing, expect three shifts. The first, that there are going to be completely new scoreboards, school report card styles dashboards at city and national levels, tracking health, equity, and ecological pressure alongside the GDP. Second, everyday design choices. From renovate versus rebuild to repair versus replace. You'll see rules nudge choices that cut waste and pollution while improving comfort and fairness. And third, politics by pilot. More small pilots, one neighborhood at a time, then scaling what works. Even tiny towns like Tumelia have been trying it, which suggests a wider menu than just national laws. Donut politics isn't just a single party line, it's a philosophy about the ends of policy. First, make sure people can live decent lives. Second, keep the living world healthy enough to support those lives. If the next decade is about anything, it might be this double challenge: Meet the inner ring and respect the outer ring. The rest of politics is simply how we get there.